Ha! Hey everyone, Hassan here. Welcome to the world of Ha. Today I got another Power Rangers Dino Charge review for you. I'm so excited about this. I have new 5-inch action figures. These are my absolute favorite part of the toy line, so I'm so excited for this. This is awesome. So these are the 5-inch Dino Drive Gold, Graphite, and Ptera Charge Megazord figures. Long name, long title. There's a lot going on here, but this is it. So we have a couple of releases of these 5-inch figures, right? We have the regular Dino Charge Rangers, like this, right? And then they released the villains, like, for example, Fury, right here. And then they also released the Dino Charge Megazord, which I recently reviewed. And now they have these guys. So I don't know what wave this is. I lost track because they all release at different times, so I have no idea. But you know what? I'm going to get right into it. So let's kind of move up close here a little bit and take a look at the packaging for each of these. So first things first, we have the Dino Drive Rangers. So these are American exclusive. The Super Sentai Kyoryuger did not have this mode in the series. We have not even seen this on the show yet, but it will be on the show at some point. And it's called the Dino Drive mode, which is very interesting looking. I kind of like it. It's pretty cool. I like the whole armor thing, how they have like a Dino Charger on it. We'll take a closer look at the actual figure in a little bit, but I just wanted to show you the packaging. So this is Dino Drive Red Ranger, and you have a picture of it right there. Otherwise, pretty standard packaging. By the way, I got all of these at my local Walmart. My local Walmart, they have like nothing Power Rangers, but I got lucky, and for the first time in like forever, they actually had stuff, which is amazing. Here's the back of the packaging. So it shows you the Dino Drive suit from the show, which looks great, and I'm excited to see it in the show. So far, we've only seen it in the Zord cockpit, so maybe it's kind of like the Samurai Mega Mode, and it's only in the Zords. I don't know. But anyways, there's your bio right there. Pretty standard stuff. You can pause the video and read the full thing if you'd like. And then the bottom shows you all these other figures. So I already have, well, actually, these are the Dino Drive ones in Gold and Graphite and Ptera Charge Megazord. But lots of villain figures, which I'm so excited about. So I'm ready for those, and I'll be collecting all of them. But anyways, just wanted to show you that real quick. So that's that. We have the Green Ranger right here. Dino Drive Green Ranger. The Velociraptor, pretty cool. And I like the translucent weapons. Oh, those look awesome. I can't wait to open that up. And there's the image of the Green Ranger from the show in the Dino Drive mode, which looks great. And apparently in the next season, Dino Supercharge, there's going to be a, I don't know if it's Super Dino Drive or Dino Super Drive or whatever it is, but they have something like that. At Comic-Con, they kind of showed it off. So there's yet another mode, and I hope they release toys of that too, which would be pretty cool. And there's what it looks like there. And that mode, I don't remember too much about it, but I know like the mouth plate like is gone in that mode too, which is interesting. But there's that. Then we have the Pink Ranger over here, the lone female Ranger for now, at least, in the actual box. Pretty cool. So excited to see these modes on the show. I love original footage, and I love these new modes, so it'll be really cool to see. There's the Black Ranger. And there's the image right there. Pretty cool. So yeah, I'm excited about this. So we'll open these up and take a close look at these figures and do comparisons with the regular versions too. But we also now have more Rangers. The Gold Ranger. We finally got his figure. He has not debuted on the show as of yet, but when episodes resume later this year, then we will of course see him. But it's really cool to see that. Here's the image of the Gold Ranger. And here is his information right here. So apparently his name is Ivan, unless they change it, because you know, this is not necessarily 100% accurate. We don't know until the show airs. And then here is, if it'll focus, I'm trying to see if you can get his bio. Let me try and just zoom in. There you go. So you can pause the video and read his full bio there if you would like. So there's that. Then we have the Graphite Ranger. So interesting color choice, interesting name, but the Graphite Ranger. There he is right there. So apparently he is Prince Philip. So that's interesting. Here's the Pachysord. And zooming in, there's his bio. So you can read that up top there. So yeah, pretty interesting. And last but not least, I just recently did a review of the Dino Charge Megazord figure. Well, we now have the Ptera Charge Megazord figure. I don't have the deluxe version of this yet. A lot of people found theirs. I have not found one yet, but hopefully soon. But we have the 5-inch version, and there's an image of the Megazord right there, and all the information there. So yeah, really cool. I'm excited about this definitely too. Yeah, so those are all the new 5-inch figures that I have. So without further ado, let's get these open and take a look. Alright guys, so we got them out of the box. First things first, I want to look at the Dino Drive figures right here. So these are the main 5 right here. We got the black, green, red, blue, and pink Dino Drive Dino Charge Rangers, and they look pretty cool. I like it. I like this whole suit that they have here, this whole design. I think they look great together. It looks really cool. I love these 5-inch action figures. They are awesome. So first things first, I do want to show you the weapons that they come with. So they both come with, or actually not both, they all 5 rather come with this translucent Dino Charge Morpher, which looks really cool. You know, it's pretty neat. I don't think we've really gotten translucent weapons with some of these 5-inch figures before, so that's pretty neat. For comparison's sake, the regular Dino Charge Rangers came with this one here, the regular one, which is similar color, it's just solid color, which was still pretty cool, but it's just nice to have, you know, something different now, like a translucent one now. They all also came with a translucent Dino Saber, which is also pretty cool. There's a translucent Dino Saber, and here's the regular version that came with the regular versions of the Dino Charge Rangers right here. So both pretty cool. So I do like what they did there. That's pretty neat. As for the actual figures themselves, here they are right here, and they just look awesome. I love it. Let's kind of move these guys off to the side. We'll take a look at each of them one by one. So first things first, we have the Dino Drive Red Ranger. Just for comparison's sake, real quick, here's the regular Dino Charge Red Ranger. I'll kind of get them doing a similar pose, and you can get them side by side to see, you know, what they look like. Both fantastic figures. If I had to really pick one over the other, I would pick the regular Dino Charge Ranger just because I love the design, and there's more colors that kind of pop here, whereas there's just a lot of silver here in a way. But I like them both. I do like the armor, and I like the translucent weapons that they have here. So for that, I do like the new figures as well. For comparison's sake here, so that's that actually. But I want to show you all the articulation that these guys have. So the 4 guys all have the same articulation, and that is that the head rotates all the way around. Okay, so there's that. You got the shoulder pads that can move up that much, because when you move the arms, they gotta have space there. So the arms can theoretically rotate all the way around, move all the way up like that. They bend at the elbow, and then this whole glove rotates around basically. Then the legs, you can do the splits, you can kick forward and back a little bit, but kind of like that. Bend the knees, and then the entire boot rotates. Very standard articulation for all of the 5-inch figures. Nothing that different about it. I mean, if you've gotten any of the other 5-inch figures, you know what to expect. The shoulder pads do not hinder the articulation in any way, which is great. So that was the one little concern I had, and doesn't matter because it doesn't hinder it, so that's great. So the other 4 guys also have the same articulation. Real quick, I'll show you the Pink Ranger's articulation just because it's a little bit different. But if you had any of the other female Rangers, the 5-inch line, then you know what to expect. So again, the head rotates around, the shoulder pads move all the way up, so you have the arm articulation all the way around, it bends at the elbow, the whole glove rotates around as well, so there's that. The obvious hindrance there is the skirt, so she can't really move the legs much, forward, back, to the sides, not much there, but you can bend to the knees and rotate the boot all the way around. Again, same kind of articulation that you have, even with the regular Pink Ranger right here, pretty much the same. In fact, they kind of took the same body almost, and obviously the armor and stuff is different, and they added another shoulder pad there, but Again, very similar in terms of articulation there. So what about the actual designs of these figures, right? Let's take an up-close look at each of these figures here. So first of all, the first thing you'll notice is the helmets are basically the exact same as they were before. So that has not changed there, and they look great. I do love the design of the helmets. The shoulder pads are all standard. They all have the yellow right there and everything. And then here's this right here. They're all silver, and then they've got the little bit of gold in the middle. But the difference between each of them is obviously the dinosaur on there. So he's got the Tyrannosaurus Rex, which looks pretty cool. So there's that. The rest is pretty similar. There's the Dino Com right there. Everything else is pretty standard. That's what the back of the figure looks like there. So yeah, all in all, pretty cool looking figure. I do like the Red Ranger. Definitely looks pretty cool. All right, on to the Blue Ranger here. Kind of move the weapon out of the way. And let's take an up-close look at the Blue Ranger. So again, same helmet as the standard Blue Ranger, so nothing different there. And here's the chest piece for the Blue Ranger. You have the Stegosaurus. But yeah, the silver and blue is a nice contrast. You got like a darker blue for the arms. All of the Rangers, well, I shouldn't say all of them. Most of them have a darker color for the arms, and then the lighter color here, which again, same thing as the regular Rangers, so no surprise there. The only difference is the Black Ranger, who has like gray arms there. But again, everything is pretty much the same as the regular figures except for the chest piece and the second shoulder pad there. So that's pretty much it. So let's take a look at the Black Ranger then. Again, take his weapon out of the way. Same helmet sculpt, which looks great. And there's the chest piece. And he has the Parasaurolophus, that's what it was. I was trying to remember. Yeah, again, pretty standard, everything else. But looks great. Okay, and then we have the Green Ranger. So let's take his weapon out of the way. Again, same helmet. But there's the chest piece right there with the Velociraptor, which looks pretty cool. And last but not least, we have the Pink Ranger, of course. Same helmet style right there. And the Triceratops. So there you go. So there's that. So those are the Dino Drive figures. Pretty standard for what you get with these guys, and they all look pretty cool, and I like them. Definitely pretty cool additions to the 5-inch figure line for sure. Now, moving those to the side, excuse me, we have the Gold Ranger right here, and this guy is so awesome looking. I love this figure. Oh my goodness, this guy just looks amazing. Yeah, look at that. That just looks really cool. So he has a couple different things here. So first of all, oops, I'll try and focus there. He has a couple of different weapons. So he has this gold Terra Saber, which is what it's called according to the box. So take an up close look. Supposedly that's called the gold Terra Saber, even though it's not gold for the toy, but it is what it is. So there's that. And then he also has his Morpher, which is called the gold Terra Morpher, according to the toy. And the Morpher is detachable. It can come off. He just basically holds it like this, so it's got a little handle. But it's really cool the way they did it, because it just kind of goes on, and then you can just sort of clip it right onto his arm like that, which is really cool. And it looks neat, you know? I think that just looks pretty cool too. Articulation is the exact same as the other guys for the most part, except for these shoulder pads do not move, so that will hinder articulation somewhat, and the head is not able to rotate all the way around. It can only rotate kind of to the sides. But the arms can go up, but you won't be able to get like a full 360 rotation to straight around. You'll have to kind of turn it to the side to do the rotation there. Just a minor little thing, but just something to keep in mind. But the legs and everything, same articulation there. Bend at the knees there. Rotate the boot. So again, everything else is kind of your same standard articulation that you get for the guy figures. But I just want to focus on just the way that the figure looks, because he looks awesome. Really cool design, and the figure just translates really nicely. Just look at that helmet design right there. That is just awesome. Really cool. And he's actually like a nice shiny gold, you know? Like, that's actually a really cool shiny gold that he has. And his arms are like a darker color there, but if you look at like the box for the toy, I mean, that's pretty show accurate right there. You look at the color. So they did a really nice job of this figure. Yeah, so I'm pretty impressed by that. The shoulder pad looks cool here, and this is kind of one big piece going around to the side, and then you have these little things here as well. So it's kind of one little piece. So that's why the shoulder pads don't move. It's just stuck on there, but really cool. The chest piece looks great. There's the Terrazord right there. He's got the Dino comm on there. This thing does not like clip on that well, so it will kind of fall off if you mess with it, but not too bad. Yeah, just all in all, really cool looking figure. I love it. I'm impressed by the way that this looks, I gotta say. I think it looks really cool. And I'll show you what he looks like with the whole team as well, so you'll kind of get a better idea of what he looks like with everybody. But all in all, really cool. Then we have the Graphite Ranger right here. So that's pretty cool. And the Graphite Ranger, so the weapons that he comes with are the translucent Dino Charge Morpher and Dino Saber. So same as the Dino Drive figures. So that's what you get there. But here's the figure, and again, same articulation as the regular 4-inch figures that you have, like these guys, same articulation, because you literally, same kind of thing, the shoulder there, you know, I mean, that's same thing. So I'm not gonna spend too much time on that. But I do want to take an up-close look at the figure itself. Just look at that helmet sculpt. Looks pretty cool. I love the helmets and just how they're based off each of their unique dinosaurs. Looks really cool. There's the Pachysord right there, which is pretty sweet. The Dino comm. Everything else is pretty standard. There's the back. Yeah. Pretty cool. So he's kind of your standard like gray color. So he's not the Silver Ranger. He's not called the Gray Ranger. They just called him the Graphite Ranger because that graphite sounds cooler than gray, I suppose. But still pretty neat design, and it's really cool that we have lots of different Rangers as well. So I'm excited about it. I don't know about you guys. I'm excited about it. Pretty cool. So that is that. And then last but not least, we have the Ptera Charge Megazord. Real quick, I just want to show you the Gold Ranger with it, because this is the Gold Ranger's Megazord, and they go so well together. Really cool to have 5-inch figures of, you know, the Megazord alongside the Gold Ranger itself. Just really cool. And this thing, oh my goodness, I love this figure. I love it. The design, the articulation, just everything about it is really cool. I'm sure it's lacking paint. I mean, these 5-inch figures are going to be lacking paint, but just its design and the paint that they did include, it doesn't really like seem too noticeable to me just because of how awesome it looks. So in terms of articulation, real quick, the head does rotate all the way around. So that's pretty cool. The arms rotate all the way around, and they only move up so much because then this big shoulder pad thing there kind of gets in the way, but it does bend at the elbows. And the hand right here rotates around, so this does rotate. This piece came detached, actually, like this in the package, but I believe you just kind of attach it on like this, and it goes, I think it just goes like this, but I suppose you could slide it out and do that. I don't know if it's supposed to be that way, and that's why it was detached, or it's just supposed to be like this, but you do have that possibility there. The legs, the Megazord can do the splits, which is pretty cool. It can kick forward and kick back quite a bit, a lot more than any of the other 5-inch figures, really. And it can bend at the knees, and that's about it. The foot or anything, or like this whole boot does not rotate, but the foot does move a little bit. It tilts a little, and you have some movement forward and back and to the side a little bit. But all in all, really, really cool. Let's take a look at the actual design up close here, because it is something to really marvel at. Look at that helmet sculpt, first of all. Really cool looking, and some nice shiny gold that they use, which is really neat. So the back, by the way, is just like all black. So that's all there is there, but it looks kind of cool actually. Just the contrast of like the front having these nice like metallic-y colors and then black on the other side, which is pretty neat. Really nice shiny gold again with the shoulder pads and right here that they used. I'm sure it's missing paint, but just what they used though still looks really cool. Just the whole design here, the red eyes, so the gold there and then the silver around it. Really neat looking. And then you have feet with like these little claws sticking out as well. Obviously this does not transform, but it's still pretty cool, the little details that they kind of included in this thing. Yeah, so all in all, I mean, this guy just looks awesome. Like, look at this Megazord figure. You can have a Megazord figure that is like, has all these crazy poses, like he's ready to like, whoosh, giant kick. Like, look at that. That is awesome. I'm so excited about this. I'm sorry, you guys probably think I'm crazy, or maybe you don't. I don't know. Maybe you guys appreciate this as much as I do, but I am loving having these articulated Megazord figures. And then having this alongside the Dino Charge Megazord as well is pretty cool. Although the Dino Charge Megazord, I gotta say, just kind of like pales in comparison to this one, in my opinion, just because this for some reason just looks like it's more noticeable with the lack of paint, because like you have a giant block of blue and a giant block of pink and giant blocks of red, whereas here it's kind of spread out a bit more, silver and gold all over. So for that reason I like this one a lot better, but they're both really cool, and it's awesome to have Megazord figures, you know, as is anyways. So really, really cool, and I am just loving this, definitely. So yeah, guys, I mean, this is it. These are the figures. You got the Ptera Charge Megazord, you got the Gold Ranger right here, we saw the Graphite Ranger as well. If I can get him to stand right over here. Doesn't really want to stand. Stay. Good boy. Okay. And then, of course, the Dino Drive figures as well. Really, really cool. So all in all, which ones should you pick up? I recommend getting all of them. If you really have to pick, then get the regular versions of the Dino Charge Rangers, just because having the regular versions just makes sense, and then it fits well alongside the Gold and Graphite Rangers, and then obviously the Ptera Charge Megazord as well. So for that reason, I would say to get the regular versions, but if you can get them, I do recommend the Dino Drive figures, because I do think they are pretty cool, and they have some nice translucent weapons as well. Real quick, I do also want to briefly just kind of try and pose all the different Dino Charge Rangers here. Let me take his Saber away. And actually his Morpher here. I just kind of want to show you. All of these side by side. Yeah, stay. Just so you can see, oop, that didn't work. Hey, his shoulder pad came off. Apparently it can do that. Or at least it's not supposed to, but it did. Okay, popped right back on pretty easily. Just to show you all the different Rangers together. It's just a cool sight, you know? Just to have these Rangers right there. I just hope they don't like knock each other over and like start this whole chain of dominoes or something, because knowing the way things turn out, for me, that's probably what will end up happening. And then of course the Red Ranger, I'll just take his weapons out of the way and kind of put him right there. So there you go. That looks pretty cool to me, to have a whole team of Rangers there. And eventually, by the end of this, we'll have 10 Rangers, maybe 11 if the Talon Ranger or that whole thing happens. But really cool, though. I do love having these teams of Rangers. I think it just looks awesome. It's a really neat thing to do, and I'm happy with it. Bandai, nicely done, very nicely done. With that being said, I should probably wrap things up because this has been a long video, but I have so much to show, and I absolutely love these 5-inch figures, so I just wanted to talk because I want to share it with you all. So check these out. They should be popping up in stores now or pretty soon at least, so if you see them, grab them. They are awesome, and I highly recommend them. Thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you guys later. Thank you all so much for watching this review. I love these 5-inch figures. I cannot say it enough, so go buy these. I highly recommend them. If you like this video, if you like this review and you want to see more, please subscribe. I do have lots more Dino Charge reviews on the way, more Dino Charger power packs. Don't you guys want to see those? Lots of cool stuff on the way, so please subscribe if you haven't already. Also, like me on Facebook at facebook.com/theworldofha. I post some reviews and stuff there too, and so check that out. Thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you guys later.